Good morning, my friends. It's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am going through my good midlife crisis where I am journeying through my 40s, working oh so hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I have been working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health, and today's video is going to be a financial health check-in. Today we are going to be budgeting out the money you see above my head, $1,687.27, and we are going to be doing that using the app that you see behind me. This is YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. If you are not familiar with me, welcome. Thank you so much for checking out my video. I hope that you find this useful, entertaining. Just maybe you can learn something from me. Maybe you can learn what not to do. Maybe you can learn what to do. And if you are familiar with me, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you for checking out another one of my videos. Check it out. YNAB updated this week. The colors are like new. What is they calling this? Blurple. It's not blue. It's not purple. Also check it out, y'all. I still have 7 days of buffering. I'm so excited that on a non-paycheck week, I am still at a point where even though my family tried to sabotage me twice this week, I still am managing to stay above the negative days of buffering. So I feel like my low spend September really helped me get a little bit ahead. And even though I've had a bunch of subscriptions, a lot of annual things come out in October, and I will go through it in my budget here in just a second when I move myself up into the corner and you can see my budget. Uh, and then I had things happen this week that I will also talk about when we go through my budget. Um, I am still in the positive days of buffering, so I'm very happy about that. So, without further ado, y'all, I think I'm just gonna shrink myself up and we will get started. Also, if you checked out my thumbnail, I made egg bites because I'm doing my eat at home challenge with my friend Kay, who had to cut hers short because her mom and she and her mom went to Japan. So they are doing that trip. That is fantastic. I'm super excited for them. And they left 2 days ago. So she is obviously not eating at home. She might be eating at home in Japan, but she's not eating at home at home. So I made egg bites at home. These are like I can't pick it up because it's heavy, but the like uh what's that place? Starbucks, the Starbucks knockoff. But if you watched previously, I tried to make them before and I thought something was wrong with my cream cheese. It's just the way they look, y'all. I wasted an entire thing of sausage and like eggs and whatnot. These are pretty good. Give me a second. I'm going to shrink myself up into the corner and I will be right back. Okay, here we go. So for this week, which is week 4 of October is a 5-week month for me. But it's week 4, which goes from today, October the 20th, through next Thursday, October the 26th. I have just a handful of bills. I have 5 bills, and then I have my 4 normal expenses. But I'm actually going to only be putting money into 3 of those normal expenses, and I will explain why in just a moment. So let me tell y'all about my last week. So remember, if you've been here, come back with me to the beginning of October when I outlined my rules for my Eat at Home October challenge. I am doing this challenge not to save money, though that would be a nice side effect. I am doing this challenge to lose weight because I noticed when I did my low spend September that as a side effect of that, I lost weight because I wasn't eating out as much. And I was like, maybe if I eat at home more, I will lose weight. So I am trying to eat at home 19 of the 21 meals every week. And so far, so good. I have done that even this week. But one of the exceptions that I gave myself, because you always have to give yourself a couple of exceptions, just because we're human and we will fail even when we are trying our best. Um, One of the exceptions is my family is going to try to sabotage me. And I found that out in September. My family tries to sabotage me, not on purpose, obviously, because they love me, but they're going to call you. They're going to want you to go meet them randomly. All of my family lives about an hour to an hour and a half away from me, which I'm very thankful that they are close enough to where they can randomly drop in. But it's always like a, hey, we're in town, let's go do something. So this week specifically, my niece called me. My niece is just about 23. She'll be 23 in December. And she and her wife renewed their vows. They've only been married a year, but they didn't do a real big wedding last year. They just did like a private ceremony. And so this year they wanted to do a wedding. And her biological grandmother, her biological father's mother, who she doesn't really know. She doesn't really know her biological father's side of the family. Her stepfather, who's my brother-in-law, raised her from the time she was 2. So that's her dad, as far as we're all concerned. But her biological grandmother wanted to come in for this, so she's been here. And it's somebody that she's been in touch with off and on. And she's been here. And so Tiffany, my niece, called me this week and said, "Hey, do you want to come and have dinner with me and Grandma Sharon?" That's her grandmother, this week, and maybe you can do it Tuesday or Wednesday night. And I was like, let's do Wednesday. So I went about an hour away to a town. We met in Harker Heights, and I took them to dinner because obviously I paid. I always pay. So that was about $90 out of my budget that I was not planning on paying, and that was a meal out. It counted as one of my meals out, but that was $90 out of my budget I was not planning on spending. So that was obviously a very large expense. I covered it, but that obviously dropped down what I have ready to assign is less than what I was planning. And then my nephew, her brother Joey, the baby Joe's dad. Well, the baby has been sick, like super sick. I won't go into details because it's not pleasant, but they've taken him to the emergency room. He'd been in 2 emergency rooms, and he has now been admitted to the hospital up almost exactly where Tiffany lives, which is not even close to where Joey and his wife live, because this is where the big medical facilities are in the area. And they've admitted him because he's super dehydrated. His white blood count is very high. They suspect E. coli, though nobody knows where that could have come from. He's doing much better now, but obviously Aunt Beck had to go up and see him last night and bring him a little stuffed toy. Actually, it was a quite big stuffed toy. I already had the toy, so that wasn't an expense. But driving up to the Colleen Harker Heights area the last 2 days was obviously an extra gas expense. And it's just been, my family's trying to sabotage me. So I'm also very tired because I wasn't planning on driving up there twice in the last 2 days. Um, so it's been a week, y'all. It's been a week. But that's done. And then I am going to Houston this weekend, Lord willing. That is my plan. So because my friend's baby shower is this weekend, um, that's all been budgeted for, and I've already purchased the gifts, and the hotel's already reserved, and all of that's already done. So that'll be nice to go see her and just relax and spend some time in a hotel, just chill. I'm kind of excited about that actually. But I just wanted to go into what happened with that and why I was anticipating rolling over about $1,800. I'm only rolling over a little less than $1,700. So my budget is less, but because I'm going to Houston this weekend and not to an in-person church, and my church isn't even having an in-person church because there is a church gathering in Boston this weekend that a lot of people are either going to or will be zooming into if they are not attending in person. I am not going to set aside anything for my my church donation. So that will be $60 out of my budget. Also, that I am not going to be setting aside. Also, my Waldo contacts, because as I mentioned in last week's video, they did have a service error where their supply chain was they had an error. They fixed it. They made it right, which is why I'm like, everybody's going to have errors. It's how they handle the errors. That's how you judge a company. They made it right immediately, no questions asked. But because they were delayed, I don't need to renew my contacts this month. So that's $50 that normally would come out of this week's budget that I am not going to be budgeting. So even though I was about $100, I'm about $100 less than I was anticipating having money to roll over. That's $110 that I don't have to put into this week's budget. So I'm only going to be $20 behind where I thought I was going to be instead of $130. So that's better. It's not ideal, but it's better. So that's me talking. Let's go ahead and budget. So, the way I do my budget, and this is YNAB. If you're not familiar with it, I won't pause to talk about it, but this is how I keep track of my digital spending. So this is how, if you are not a cash spender, this is a fantastic app for keeping track of that. $50 to my dining out, $100 to my groceries, and you'll notice that I have definitely been spending money on groceries doing this dine at home challenge, but I have not been spending very much on dining out because I'm not going out to eat. That money that when I took Tiffany and Grandma Sharon out for dinner the other night, I took that out of giving. So my giving is definitely like I definitely went way over in giving this month, but it's Becky. I always go way over in giving. Fun money, $10 a week, and groceries is $100 a week. I'm not putting anything into Ecclesial, and that is it. That's it for this section. Everything else is good. I did order my stickers from Life in Envelopes. They should be here soon. That's everything for this section. I did have to put $6 more into my budgeting just because I had ordered, I had gotten the ring light, and which is right here, which is why I'm pointing right here. I had ordered that. I had picked up that ring light, and then when I ordered the stickers, I just needed $6 more into there because she has stickers for the back pages now. So I was thinking I'd still be okay, but then she got the back pages stickers that she just created. So I'm curious about those, so I picked those up. So otherwise, I think I would have actually been okay without more money, but $6. This is this is how budgets work, y'all. They're flexible. If you're looking at just getting into a budget, budgets need to be flexible or they won't work. Obviously, if you're on a super strict just getting started budget, you have to be super strict. But if you've been going and you know you can make it work, then obviously make it work for you. That's the whole point of a budget. So my bills that are due this week, and one of the things about YNAB that I love is that I can put my bills in order, so I know where I have to fill. So like I said, this week goes through the 26th for me, so I know I have to fill everything up through the 26th. Normally I would be putting money in here and for my contacts and glasses, but like I said, I don't have to put anything in there. I have to pay my internet bill this week. That's due on the 23rd. So since I have a target set, I'm just going to hit my underfunded. It is $64.95. My debt consolidation is $167. I am going to fill that. I am going to actually type that in because I have a target set where I would like to pay $500 a month. I haven't been able to reach that. So if I hit the underfunded, it's going to actually put $500 in there, and I don't have that in my budget right now. My Cinemark subscription, I was going to fix this, but then I left it because I know those of you who are new and not familiar with YNAB, I want to show you how to change a target. So previously I had a monthly membership that cost me $11.90. I just changed it to where it's an every other month membership. It charges me every month, but I only get a credit every other month. It still allows me to take advantage of the monthly membership. Like I get 20% off all of my concessions. Cinemark is the movie theater by me, by the way, in case you aren't in Central Texas and you're not familiar with this. Cinemark is the movie theater. I get 20% off all of my concessions, and when I buy a movie ticket online, I don't pay any online fees. So, and I get member pricing. I think I get $1 off all of the additional movie tickets that I purchase. So if I buy a movie ticket that's normally $12, I only pay $11, even if it's not my movie ticket that I'm like got for free for the month. With the $11.90 a month, you get one free movie ticket a month. With the one that I just downgraded to, you will get one free movie ticket every other month, which for me is a little bit more accurate to how frequently I see movies. I was noticing that I was racking up all these movies tickets that I wasn't using, and that I'd have to pause the subscription until I could use up all these tickets. So I was going to cancel it. And then I saw that they now have an every other month ticket option. And I was like, that's a good deal because I still do like getting the 20% off the concessions. I still do like not paying for online fees because those add up, and getting the dollar off the additional tickets. It's a good deal for me. So it's $6.48 a month to have that. There aren't a ton of movies right now that I want to see, but they come out in clumps, like, so if I can rack up a couple of movies, and you can use them for other people. This is not an ad for Cinemark, by the way. Like, I actually prefer other movie theaters to Cinemark. This is just, I think, a really good deal, and it's the closest one to my house. I actually prefer going to Flicks, where a friend of mine is in like the management, and that's my preferred theater. It's just 40 minutes from my house. So, and they don't have this deal, so it stinks. But look into that, Victor, if you're watching this. So to change my target, you're going to click on your target button. If I didn't have one set up, I would set one up here. I already have one set up, so I'm going to, it's still needed for spending every single month. I'm going to say instead of $11.90, I only need $6.48 every month by the 26th. If I needed it every week, I could change it to that, and I would say by Monday, by Tuesday, by Wednesday. If I needed it once a year, I could say then by what date. But I need it every month by the 26th, and then I'm going to say save it. So now it's going to ask me for $6.48. Now when I hit the underfunded button, it's going to pull in $6.48 from the money that I have available up here. And that's how simple YNAB is. It does all the math for you. And this right here is also, if I was trying to do this, it's a calculator. See how it's got the plus, minus, multiply, divide? If I wanted to say, I only want to put half of this in right now, and I want to put half of it in my next paycheck, I could say I want to do $6.48 divided by 2. And it would put half of that in there right now. I don't want to do that. So I could just say, never mind, undo what I just did, and it would go back to what I did previously. That's how cool that, like, this app is so cool, and they keep updating it and they keep adding new features. And before anybody asks me, this gray right here, this days of buffering, these are YNAB toolkit features. This is not part of YNAB. And I know I'm failing because I keep saying I'm going to do a toolkit video and I keep not doing it because I keep thinking I'm going to have time and I keep not having time. Every time I think I'm going to have to, I'm going to tell y'all, the filming and the editing of these food videos, I don't know how food vloggers do it. That must just be like that just must be all they do. That takes forever to do. So I'm sorry, y'all. I probably won't, even if I keep doing this eat at home thing, I probably won't keep including videos, at least not on a regular basis, because I am like having to, I'm going to tell you, like this, I had to do the food. I know I'm going to do the egg bites in this video because I had to do that 2 days ago because I was like, if I don't get the egg bites part of this video done 2 days from now, this video is not going up until midnight because it takes so long to get the food part of this edited and uploaded and like put together. It takes so long. And this was actually pretty easy when that lasagna one was forever long. So yeah, I forgot why I started talking about that. But anyway, that editing of the food, because I'm just not normally an editor. Most of these videos I just like film and then I just put together and I put up here for y'all. I don't normally edit them very much, so maybe that's my problem. Oh, for the YNAB thing, for the toolkit, because yeah, I just don't really have time like I think I'm going to. But I have all of my notes. I have gone through them so many times. I am so ready to film that video for y'all. I just don't have time and like I'm not going to be here this week. I'm going out of town. But this right here, if you just activate Toolkit, it's so simple. It's free. It's just a browser extension. It should be available on every browser. And it integrates, is that the word? I don't know why that sounds weird to me. I think it's correct, but it sounds incorrect in my brain right now. My brain is like all hopped up on allergies. Like I woke up with the worst allergy headache and I took some Dayquil and it's kicking in, but like my brain is still fuzzy. Anyway, integrates and integrates with YNAB. Every once in a while when YNAB does an upgrade, it'll like break Toolkit for a little bit, but then they'll update it and it'll start working again. I haven't noticed any failures with it for this upgrade, but if you have, let me know. But anyway, it's great. They have extra reports. I will go through all of this in my video. I promise. But yeah, you can see an upcoming transaction. So this right here is just telling me that I have a scheduled transaction because I schedule my transactions that's set to come out on the 23rd. That's what that gray number is. And this is telling me days of buffering. If I had no more income, if for some reason all of my money stopped coming in, I could go 7 days I could last 7 days on the money that I have in my budget right now before I needed any more money with all of these things. Obviously, I don't need all of these things. A lot of these things are future planning and fun things, but I could last 7 days with my current budget and the money that I have. So that's what that days of buffering is, and these are toolkit features. So inevitably every video I get somebody going, "What's the gray? What's the gray number? What's the days of buffering?" And I'm like, that is a reminder that I have failed you because I still don't have a toolkit video. It's a free thing. And it should be available on every browser as far as I am aware. Okay, so yes, those are my bills that I have to pay. Mattress Firm, I need to go down. It's in the credit card section. Consolidation, Cinemark, Waldo, I'm not doing. Internet, yes. So the only, oop, what did I just do? Nothing. Okay. These are also, that's a good reminder, these also you can click and drag and drop and move them anywhere you want to. I don't want to move that. I want it exactly where it is, but they can be dropped anywhere you want to. And you can change the view because they have this view here that shows you how much how far you've come in your funding and how much of it you've spent. It will also tell you when you need the money by if you've put in a target, so you don't have to put the date in here if you want to. I personally do not like this view. I think it looks too busy. It's not my preference, so I don't use it, but a lot of people do like this. So if you do like this, go ahead and turn this view on. I prefer this view. This is the old school view. I'm old. I like the old school view. And so I have mine set up this way, but you do have the option to toggle back and forth. And I believe you have the option to toggle back and forth in the app, which I don't know where my phone is right now. It's right here. Let me see. Yes, you do. You can look back and forth, and so the app, I don't know if this is going to come through because I can't see what you can see right now, but on the app you can toggle back and forth. So there's the progress bars and there's not the progress bars. So, and the app is super handy if you're out and about and you just want to enter a transaction. Like I use it when I'm at HEB, which is my grocery store, if I'm at the gas station and I want to enter a transaction, or if I want to check and see how much money I have available to go grocery shopping or to get gas. I love the app, so it's handy because it's almost immediate. Almost immediate. It takes like a minute or two to update if you've added something here to there, but you'll notice that it's got the same available transaction, ready to assign. Because I'm doing something here, it's updated on my app. It's seamless. It's great. Toolkit is not available on the app, by the way. It's only a browser function. What am I doing? I've got to go put my $80 into my Mattress Firm. This is due on the 21st. This is for my mattress, and it is $80 a month. It is technically a credit card, and the way YNAB handles credit cards is genius and is the only reason that I'm able to keep all of my credit cards at a $0 balance and pay them off every single week. Every Thursday when I close out my budget, I pay off all of my cards, and it is amazing. The only reason you will see a balance on these cards is because I literally just put this money on the card like yesterday or the day before, and it hasn't cleared yet. So like this $89 is my dinner from Wednesday night. It's Friday morning. This hasn't cleared. I can't pay it. And this is my gas from last night. It hasn't cleared. I can't pay it. So that's why those are still there. So I can't pay them because they haven't cleared yet and they won't let me pay them. So otherwise, I pay everything off every single Thursday night when I close out my budget. And the only reason I'm able to keep that up is the way YNAB handles credit cards. When you make a purchase and you tell YNAB you used your credit card to pay for that purchase, it moves the money from your category to your credit card. So if I were to go to, say, I don't know, Buc-ee's for gas, and tell it I didn't pay $33 for gas. I think I paid 20 something for gas, and then I went inside and made a purchase for $10. But if I were to say I spent $20 on gas at Buc-ee's and it takes $20 out of my gas category, and it's like, okay, you don't have this money here anymore. Now it's only available. The only thing you can do with this money is pay your Venmo card. And so now I have $20 in my Venmo card. That's the only thing I can do with that $20 is pay my Venmo card with it. That's what that money is assigned to. And that is how you keep your credit cards at zero balance. And it is amazing. So since this Mattress Firm is technically a credit card, even though it's a zero interest payment all the way for the life of the loan. And I thought it was just a line of credit when I opened it. It's technically a credit card, so it's in the credit card section. I have to remember to scroll all the way down here to load that payment every month. Okay, y'all, I think that's it. So instead of $1,230.06 to roll into week 5, I have $1,208.84 to roll into week 5. I am okay with that considering the week I just had. So I'm only $30, and there's my dog. Chad! Children are walking to school. Those little elementary school children are so dangerous. We must be protected. Anyway, 1208.84. Considering the week that I had, I'm just over $20 shy of what I was anticipating. I'm okay with this. The way I do my budget, because I am a weekly budgeter, but I'm paid bi-weekly, is I created this category down here to assign money to, because every dollar must have a job. My job for this money is to go be my week 5 budget. So every dollar has been assigned its job. I have $0 left to assign. I am going to end my video here. It is 7:46, y'all. I already ate my breakfast. I just have an extra 15 minutes before I have to go to work. I am going to sign off. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. Don't forget to stay tuned for see how my egg bites turned out. And don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe if you're interested in following this or any of my other journeys, and have a fantastic day and a wonderful weekend. I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Hey guys, I forgot to get a beginning video of this. I just hooked my my camera up to my ring light before I did my intro. So, hi, I'm gonna be doing egg bites again. Hopefully they work this time. So, I wanted to do an ingredient shot, but I've already hooked my ring light up, so I can't get everything in. So I'm gonna be using a brick of cream cheese, some extra sharp cheddar cheese. I'm gonna grate this up. And I'm gonna just use regular eggs this time. I forgot to pick up egg whites, plus I just wanna use regular eggs. So I'm just gonna use, it's 9 regular eggs. So I really hope this works because I don't wanna waste 9 eggs. Regular salt, I use sea salt in my house, but if you use regular, like iodized salt, just use salt. And then I'm gonna actually use bacon. Last time I did this, I tried to use the sausage because that's what I had, but I have bacon this time because it's left over from the gnocchi that I made the other night. For if you didn't see that recipe that was in my YNAB video, you can go ahead and check that one out. But I used bacon in that recipe, so I have bacon on hand. So I'm gonna cook up some bacon. So I'm gonna cook up, it says 6 strips of bacon, but I just bought the ends in pieces. It's cheaper to buy it that way, so I'm just gonna cook up some bacon. I also have bacon bits that I was planning to use in this, but since I have fresh bacon, I'm just gonna cook up some bacon. So that is all I need for this recipe, and I will link the recipe in the description box below, so you can make this. It seems super simple, but last time I think my cream cheese was bad. The actual recipe calls for cottage cheese, and spoiler, when I made this last time, my cream cheese looked like cottage cheese. If it comes out that way again, I'm going to assume that that is just the way it looks, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to bake it anyway. Maybe that's just the way it looks, and I've never done it before. So we're gonna give this a shot again and see how it goes. So come along and make this with me. Here we go.